When will Ontario parents begin to see rebates for childcare? The provincial government announced it would make daycare cheaper and begin to give rebates starting in May. But experts we spoke to today say that was never a realistic timeline and that it could be months before parents begin to see any savings. Ontario was the last province to sign on to the federal $10 a day childcare program on March 28th, with the promise that families would start seeing savings in May.
At that time, I think anybody who worked in the sector or anybody who'd been following this issue knew that that was not a realistic promise.
Municipalities have been responsible for handling childcare operators' applications and allocating funding, but with the program in its early stages, municipalities are still in the process of establishing their own guidelines.
Were the timelines ever realistic?
I think that the Premier's promise of May was never realistic. I think that, anybody who looked at this agreement and saw even how long it was taking in other provinces before things started to happen knew that it was going to be a matter of some months before, the money actually got out the door.
The provincial guidelines on how the program will work were released in April and contain 74 pages of regulations. In a statement, the province says, in part, the province released funding allocations to municipalities, and they were encouraged to work as quickly as possible with childcare operators to get this money into parents' pockets.
If they'd involved communities, municipalities, and childcare operators and let them know, what the plan was, had their input into the creation of this plan, maybe people would have been a bit, faster to be able to get this out the door now.
According to the City of Toronto, they're still working on developing their own enrollment process, so no applications have been received at this time. In a statement, city officials say, in part, at this stage, the City of Toronto, like other municipalities, is tasked with thoroughly reviewing the province's guidelines and developing clear processes for operators as soon as possible. This is complex work. However, the city will support childcare operators during this process to help them reimburse retroactive childcare fees to families as quickly as possible. The city says its goal is to share the opt-in process with operators starting this summer. Operators have until September to apply for the program. Melissa Nakhavoly, City News.